my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, miss you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make it.
Dionna, I think we just caught you at the open.
Oh, did you?
Getting loosened up, getting ready to go. It's another edition of All Time High.
Yes.
You,
And we have...
You look like you might have something to say.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get like that natural smile going, but we have an all-time high, right?
Yeah. I mean, it keeps busting up, keeps breaking down, keeps building back up. Yeah.
Yes, but
are you talking about Ethereum in particular, or kind of like the entire space?
No, I was talking about Ethereum in particular, but I do want to say my correction before we get started, because I don't want to forget to do it. I was wrong about Brady and ownership of the Patriots. So I apologize. I don't know how I misheard it or misunderstood it. I was wrong. That's it.
Well, hey, that's a good mistake. We all make mistakes sometimes. I mean, it's since you're kind of in that mode, I might as well go there too. I was telling people that inverse Kramer meant that Ethereum was going to capitulate. It did not. Ethereum has climbed a little bit higher, and it's been up and it's been down and volatile nonetheless, but it's in a very interesting spot. So what's your take on where Ethereum is presently?
Yeah, so I was doing some research. I thought that it was really interesting that it did the opposite of what we were thinking it was going to do. And then I started thinking, okay, so is JP Morgan really building their stable dollar on Ethereum? And it turns out they are. And it was released in June of this year, and it's still in beta. But then I was thinking, if that gets released, holy cow, like what is the opportunity? How big is JP Morgan, and what is the opportunity there for Ethereum? You know, it's gigantic.
Well, let's go there for a second. Let's take a look at it. You know, I keep going back to liquidation levels, and I'm gonna say that I'm neither for or against Ethereum. I just want, even though I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice. This is entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. But I do have some stuff that's worth taking a look at out there. So let's jump right into that. I'm going to share on my screen. Oh, what are they calling it?
And I do want to preface that Ethereum
liquidation levels.
Ethereum is a tricky coin, right? Because there's two parts to it. It has utility and you can cash it out. And so even though you're going to hit these liquidation levels, the utility is still there, and that's still going to drive the price. And that's why I'm super fascinated about where this is going to go.
Oh my, I think we had some liquidation occurring today. How about that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So this is actually a live look, which we talked about Marty Party's liquidation levels. This is now a YouTube channel that updates, I believe, in real time. So you can always check that out. But let's just kind of isolate more specifically towards something that happened. Oh, we'll call it Friday. How about that?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. And I want you to tell the listeners what you see, because your insight to and then I'll give you what I see, and then we'll figure out which way is the real way to see it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Well, first off, this kind of speaks to your point about what happened. These market timing, these liquidation, the cascading effect of them all at the same time. Now, what you'll notice here, to your point earlier, Bitcoin red, Solana red, XRP red, Doge red. What's green? ETH. Now, that just means it's up from the daily perspective. But notice the coordinated effort, like the simultaneous timing. What have we talked about, Dionna, that drives this?
Exchanges. Oh, what?
It is. It absolutely is the exchanges. So as we look at what's coming ahead for us, let's take a look kind of individually. I'm going to pull this one up. This is specific to Ethereum. Let me make sure I get the right one. Yep,
yeah, and if we compare Bitcoin to Ethereum, Bitcoin still, it has the use case. The utility, though, is the financial aspect of it. You don't use Bitcoin in a network anywhere to power the network. In Ethereum, you do. You have to use Ethereum in order to mint, print, and transact on Ethereum. So that utility is going to continue to drive that price.
So check this out, right? So Marty Party is saying he called it. When was this? August 24th, yesterday. He says, our problem now are these red and yellows under ETH. Binance wants those. So let me orientate real quick. The darker the color, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, that's that Roy G. Biv thing that we learned about the rainbow. As you look at orange here, this is where there's more intensity. Where you see blue, less intense, where you see red, higher intensity. So this is specifically to ETH. As we look at it, the activity when they close out on it is clears all these down here at the bottom. When you see the orange like this, what does that mean? It means that there are call options, meaning that the people are looking for the ETH to go up. And so when ETH goes up, the exchanges profit when they liquidate the longs. And so the max long liquidations are going to be somewhere around, let's call that 46.50. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They make more money not only from liquidating the longs, but also the transaction fees as the price cascades down to 46.50. I could argue, Dionna, and I am in fact going to argue that there's too much optimism in Ethereum right now.
Oh, I'm so glad
you see what, because I think the exchanges are going to take it down from where it was, because it was, look at that, 49.60.
Yeah, I think when JP Morgan, they're in their beta. This is the point though. So when the utility really kicks in, and this, like, I think it's not the optimism. I think we're starting to actually see the utility. JP Morgan is huge. I mean, they're gigantic. And so if they're testing this in a beta. Go ahead.
So this is the problem though. And I really want to help our listeners. I seriously want the space to grow. When you hear you talk, and you're right, it's JP Morgan, and you're right, it's on a check. So what do people go out and do? They buy these options. What happens when you buy call options? You're betting that the price is going to go up. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me
so
say
what this is showing you though is that
I'm not a big fan of this. I don't do call options. I would just buy ETH and hold it. You know what I mean? Like I might look at it, but I'm not I've seen a lot of people lose money going in and doing certain things, because there's some places that'll treat this like stocks, you know what I mean? And where, I don't know. So I'm just like an old buy ETH and hold, sell when I need to.
No, that is the problem here, because the media machine is working, and because there are no regulations on this, people go out and buy those options. So I'm here with you to tell people, do not buy call options. Not my risk tolerance, it's not yours, but know that you're going to get liquidated when you get all the media fluff that tells you that this thing's going to be good, that this thing's going to be great. Because right now, I'm here to tell you the max profit, because look above. See the above line, it's inverse. So I know it's going to take a second to connect, but those blue, first off, that's not a lot of volume. And second, those are puts, meaning they think the price is going to go down. And so there's not a lot of gain to be made from the exchange's perspective by liquidating puts. Right now, they're going to liquidate the call options. And the call options are below because those people are the ones that are betting on it to go up.
Yeah.
And so these are people that are over levered. And guess what they're going to do? Guess what the exchange is going to do? It's so obvious here.
Tell us.
Tell you, it's going to hit 46.40, like to a penny.
Yeah.
It's just no way around it.
But,
because
so this goes into, like, we've always had speculative markets to this point. This is going to be the first real time that there's a gigantic use case and utility on a coin outside of Bitcoin's transactions for monetary purposes, right? And so
let's say I agree with you.
So even though the exchanges are playing their game, the chances of it continue to go up, and it just, I wonder how much control they're going to continue to have, knowing that this utility is going to drive it forward.
I'm going to say 2 letters for you.
Uh-oh.
2 letters.
You're going to say Susie. You are, aren't you?
I love that you already knew. So you already know what you know, and I know that you know.
Yeah.
And that's why this is not going away anytime soon. And so crazy though this sounds, okay, so people are like, what do you do? Again, not financial advice. Do your own research. Feel free to disagree. Leave comments below.
We're just entertaining.
Like, subscribe, hate, love, all the things. I just want this space to grow.
I do too.
If I'm buying Ethereum, today,
Yep.
with this information in front of me,
Yep.
I would actually set a limit long, which is an order to buy the market at 46.40
Okay.
on whatever exchange that I chose to buy it on.
Okay.
I would not do options at all. At all. You will get absolutely wrecked. You will get liquidated. This game is set up for you to lose.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, or if you don't know as much or more than what I'm showing you here, you can play the game if you want. Your risk tolerance is not mine. It may be greater than me. I'm not trying to protect you from getting wrecked, but I'm just saying, understand that the exchanges have all the motivation in the world to liquidate the longs by taking the cost price, if you will, of Ethereum down to 46.40. They are in cahoots with Wintermute. That coordinated information I showed you a second ago. There is no way that across all the exchanges, across all the coins, that everything moves at the same time. No. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And like you said, it's unregulated. So there's nothing wrong. It's not like this is insider trading, or, I mean, maybe they got it somewhere in there, but if the SEC is not overseeing it anymore, you know what I mean? And they're looking at it from a different lens, I'm not sure all that applies. I'm not saying go do it.
Well, didn't CZ serve time? Right.
He served time. Yeah. He served time. Yeah. But his whole thing,
I mean, I wonder if
it wasn't insider trading. It was something different. It was like taxes or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it was kind of like CZ took down the US's fall guy, SBF, that all the politicians stuck up there to do their thing. And that was his little punishment, was like, oh, you're going to take down our guy. We're going to take you down too. So who knows? But
you ready what he did?
That was a whole game. Was that?
So he reached a plea deal in November of 2023.
Yeah.
And in April of 2024, a U.S. judge sentenced him to 4 months in prison for allowing rampant money laundering. I think it's funny that they use the word rampant because he's the on-ramp and off-ramp, but rampant money laundering on the Binance platform.
I wonder
he completed that in September of 24.
I'm sure SBF got that charge too. I'm sure who knows? But it's again, and this is why this was always the fear in the US, was even legit people who were coming and trying to support the industry and do everything the right way. I mean, listen, I have a friend of mine, he's an accountant, he's an OG in the space, and he's attended tons of conferences, and he's worked with a lot of people, a lot of police and FBI and financial crimes guys. He said the laws are written in a way that if they want to get you, they're going to get you, period. Even if you do everything correctly. So the thing is, stay on the up and up, which is what everybody's trying to do. Walk the fine line. But at the end of the day, if you're getting the crosshairs, good luck. That's why it impresses me that some people have managed to escape it as much as they have, knowing that the system is set up the way it is. But going back to Ethereum, right? So there's a couple of things. So let's talk about, can you pull up the daily volume real quick? And I apologize for looking down. I'm looking at my notes so that I can tell you accurately.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll
go to CoinMarketCap live.
Yeah. So let's look at what right now what Ethereum's doing in transactions daily.
Okay. So that screenshot I had was from this morning.
I don't recall seeing what, oh, there you go. What's the daily volume though? 60, was that billion? No.
24-hour volume is what, 60 billion?
Yep, 60 billion. So right now, right? So JP Morgan has two coins. They have a private coin, and then they're going to have this public coin. The public coin's in beta. The private coin has been out and has been operational for quite a long time. Right now, that private coin does 2 billion a day in volume. 2 billion. So I'm not sure how they're using that private coin, but let's just say if their public coin has the opportunity to do that, we're sitting at 60 billion right now. Imagine if you got to another 2 billion on top of it. So assets under custody, 28 trillion, right? Private bank assets, 2.9 trillion. I mean, JP Morgan is Huge. It's the largest bank in the US. It is by far having the biggest reach. So if they implement this and they start transacting in it and it comes out of that beta, the potential for this to explode is huge. And again, this is my opinion. This is from the research that I'm doing. And I think this is what's going to happen.
Okay. So hold on. So let's walk through this very, very smartly. Because I can't even believe what's before my very eyes. And Dionna, you are part of the problem. I'm just here to tell you, like, your hype and the media hype and the reality of what you're saying. I'm not telling you that it's not true. What I'm telling you is it's what's happening as a result of what is true. Okay?
That's what I'm saying. Like but it's true. we're not like it's true.
So as we look, remember I was showing you a second ago the Ethereum numbers, right? Just kind of like, should we go here? What would happen if we did, and what's going to happen? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Let's just go back there real quick.
Yep.
So this was effectively August 24, it was at 49.60. It fell down to 47.76, right?
Yep.
And I was saying that it's going to go at least to 46.40 or to the number. Well, because of the enthusiasm, because more people are putting more optionality, this is how retail gets wrecked. I'm going to go off this screen and I'm going to go back to the one that shows where we are real time today. And you tell me if the enthusiasm isn't what's getting us here. Because you were asking for the total volume, but I also want to look at the live liquidation levels. And look what they did to Ethereum. They closed it out. They dropped it all the way down to 4,400.
Yeah.
Why did they take it? They took all the long call options out. CZ smiling somewhere, telling you.
Yeah,
I'm not.
But
and then just to make sure that we're not.
I'm not thinking short game. I'm thinking long game. I'm not thinking short game. Can you pull up a chart that shows Ethereum since, there you go. Can you show it since June? Let's just look at what it's done since June. Because that's when JP Morgan's coin went on beta, right? And while we're having this conversation, so where was it at June? What are you at right there?
That's July. So we'll say June. We'll go down here to June 1st, just so we're staying on the same page.
There you go. It's almost
2,500.
Almost doubled since June, right? So, it's. I'm sure there's other things getting built. I'm sure that as we continue to do research, we could find other things. But I want to bring up one other thing. Even though the stable dollar bill said that you can't have any staking, I just saw something somewhere else where it's on the docket again. So now let's fast forward to 10 years from now, 2 years from a year from now.
No. Stay now. I got I got today's answer.
Give me now.
So you mentioned there's an issue around the stablecoin bill about yield, right? Like, remember that was the deal. They're building down the railroad tracks, but the banks are going to keep the yield because yield couldn't be offered on this product, except what?
I don't know.
What's happening on these stablecoins? Are they offering yield on stablecoins?
Well, Bill says no. I mean, they are.
Right, but are the banks in practice offering it?
Well, I don't know. Well, I think they will. I think they're going to. You know what would be crazy?
No, they are. Do you know the problem? Do you know why?
So
the reason it's happening this way is in that same bill that we're speaking of, there are no provisions for enforcement. There are no laws for what happens when you're a bad person. When you don't follow the rules. There are rules, but there's no pain. There's no sanctions. There's no there. So, Dionna, if you're a bank and back to the exchanges, this is a little bit of the wild, wild west. Hey, yield is not allowed, but I just want you to know, Dionna, there's no penalty for having yield, even though it's not allowed.
Let's be honest. Even if there was, is that really a deterrent? Because JP Morgan has also been hit with money laundering fees, and like they break the law all the time. And it's like, you need here's a couple million, here's $1 billion. Fine. Sorry about that. But they don't care. And so that's great. I guess for us, it's great if they offer it to the people. Like if we get to do the yield, how crazy would it be though, if you go and you stake your coins on JP Morgan and they offer yield, but they keep the coins? And I wonder how, there's nothing that says that couldn't happen either. I don't. The opportunity is a lot here for a lot to happen in this space, and it's particularly with Ethereum. And I'm bullish on it. I know not the hype, and I'm bullish. I'm calling long on Ethereum, and I think JP Morgan's gonna blow it up.
All right. So again, my advice for today, based on prevailing media sentiment, like we get to be cognizant of this if we want to buy low and sell high. So the more optimism you hear in the media about all the things that are going on, the more enthusiasm we bring to the table, the greater likelihood it is that the gamblers out there are going to buy call options. And you just saw in a 24-hour period, I showed you the before and the after. I wasn't trying to be predictive in this tight window of time, but it was evident to me looking at the visuals, they're going to wipe it out. Yeah. And they not only wiped it down to 4,600, they wiped it to 4,400. So literally, so be careful buying high. This recent episode would have meant buying at 5,000 and now being at 4,400. And that's if you only had one coin.
You only lose if you sell. I'm saying if you ride it out.
But I win when I buy low and sell high.
Well, so, but let's go back to, it's doubled since June. It's been 3 months. 3 months, it's doubled since June. Doubled.
I can't think that once I've bought it, it's too late, right? Like I think that you're talking about an all-time high, and you are at an all-time high right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Well, 46 was now 49, and I think it's like 44 right now. Is that what we saw? But
46.66 is the all-time high, and it touched 48. So yeah, it reached an all-time high, and it's come back down to 4,400. So I'm not for or against. I'm not kidding you here. I just want people to understand the risk tolerance and what happens with this optionality when the media machine kicks into gear. Be very aware.
Yeah, but
negative or positive or good.
There's too many players in crypto now, and man, this is what I miss, the days of crypto winter. I wish they would come back a little bit. We used to hate it. I don't know that we're ever going to have another crypto winter. I mean, I'm sure some coins are, and some of them are definitely dying by the wayside. But those top 10, top 5, I think that the US is going to continue to make favorable moves, and that you're just going to see this explode over and over and over again. And honestly, I haven't ever been more excited to be in crypto than I am right now.
Well, let's talk about this coin. Let's pretend like we don't know what this coin is, but we know what the chart is. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
You know what the chart is, right?
Yeah. But I feel like Ethereum has an opportunity to double again before this does. And I even call
see, that's where totally, when your liquidations, like, it's all about the orange and red lines. We're at the mercy until there's legislation of these orange and red lines, because the exchanges make way too much money, and they are the on-ramps and off-ramps
but that's the thing.
Optionality.
Not anymore though, because JP Morgan.
What do you mean not anymore?
Well, because you don't have to go through.
Stop it. JP Morgan is part of the process.
Yeah,
it's
but
they're not going to
it's not a bug. They're not going. They have their own coin on the Ethereum network that they can distribute at will. Which I'm curious how they're handling gas fees.
Are you advocating a banker's coin?
Let's just be
clear. Are you advocating?
Are you going to try
yes,
to get
you
me
are.
to again?
No, I'm not. I'm not. But you are advocating a banker's coin.
I'm advocating for people to make money. I'm advocating for all the people
I am too.
Who don't get to have the blue chip stocks because they're not accredited investors, who don't go rogue and sell your house to jump into any coin. But those who have the tolerance, have the risk, have the ability to see and participate, which should be everybody, but is not going to be everybody, that they can take a part of this, and that these are the arguments. For Bitcoin, it's always monetary. I worked in payments. People don't buy things with Bitcoin. That would be the other reason for it to go up. So it's only speculation. It's on and off, which the exchanges can control. But now when you have such a large coin being built on a cryptocurrency, the exchanges can do all they want, but that utility will continue to drive the price.
All right, we're going to talk about this. And I don't think utilities drive price anymore. I don't. I want utility more than any person ever. Right now, what drives price is call options, the gambling behavior. Like do options at your own risk, or do inverse options if you know. We'll take a look at, this is where Bitcoin is. The red means large number of options. It looks like it's skewed a little bit to the upside, right? Which means there's more put options than it is to the downside. Is that fair?
Yep.
Meaning that the red looks like it runs out at about 116,000. Yes?
Yep.
And it looks like the red, we'll call it 114,462 since he's pointing it out there. Those are actually call options. So they liquidate the call options when it goes down to 114,462. So if you were trying to play the volatility spread in a given day, you're probably going to see this thing go up and touch one side or the other. They make more money if it goes up to 116, and then it makes the rest of the money when it goes down to 114. If they're feeling really frisky, they could go all the way up to 117 because that clears out the orange levels, and all the way back down to 113.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. So let's take a look. And I don't want to be right. I really don't. No, I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not
we're
hung up on
both
Ethereum.
right quite a bit. Maybe one of us
I know.
gets to be wrong. No, it's not going to be me. I'm just saying. This is unprecedented, though. We have never had utility at this level on anything.
Okay, so what did they do today? This is today. This is live. So I was talking about 114. They wiped this thing down to 110, 514. So those are all gone. This is, if this is live, and I believe it is, yeah. Started streaming a while back.
Yeah, I will say
And,
one
yeah, you can see-
point to your argument is that every one of those charts looks the same. So, and there's no rhyme or reason for that to be other than people.
They wiped out the call options.
Yeah.
You're right. They wiped out the call options.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what you're agreeing to? Are you saying what I think you're saying? You're saying no, they just had a bad news.
No. I think you have both. I think that it's there, it gets wiped out. It's going to go up again though. I just think.
Yeah. I agree with that. I just think the way to do it is not to, unless you want to play the option game. Like if you know that it's been wiped out and you look at Ethereum, I'm going to say this about what you were saying earlier. Me being neutral, me being Switzerland, me not caring about anything but trying to grow the community. If you were to buy now, it doesn't look like there's that much of a downside risk on Ethereum. So you are at a local low that would be an appropriate time to consider buying right now if you thought it was going to go up, because there's not a lot of, do I see anything below 4,400? Maybe it's not reporting, but I don't see anything below.
No, I don't see anything below either.
Yeah, and even, I'm not trying to make it about XRP, believe you me, like hype, I'll make it about hype because I know nothing about hype. Hype's got a little bit of risk below it. I don't really see anything. They wiped XRP out. I mean, this is probably a good level to buy at if you wanted to on ETH and XRP. And I'd even dare say Bitcoin, because right now there are more puts on Bitcoin than there are calls. And how do I know? Because these are the liquidation levels. So Bitcoin's like primed to go up, and so are the others. Do you think, let me ask you a different question, because I think do you think, like, you know how like you had to go from Bitcoin to alt season? Do you think there's a little bit of, you got to go from Bitcoin season to ETH season and then alt season? Are you thinking that's starting to happen? Or do you think?
But I feel like it's going to be ETH. I don't think it's going to be alt season. I know that some people tweeted recently that it's about to be alt season. I would tend to believe those people because of the positions and power that they have. I don't know the other big use cases that are I'm looking at facts, right? I'm looking at what's the realistic. I don't want to buy the hype. You're not. Oh, you're in hype.
I want to buy the hype. I want to buy the hype at the right time. You ready for the hype machine? You ready?
Yeah.
This is my hype play of the day. You ready?
Yeah.
I listen. When she talks, I listen. I'm telling you.
Is it me?
Forget the title. No, not you. I listen to you, but
I know you do.
Listen to Kathy Wood.
Carefully into the ecosystem. Bitcoin, Ether. We do have private funds, which had a very heavy weighting in Solana relative to ETH until recently. And, we made a very good move at a good time as Ether started to outpace Solana. So those are the big three for us. And, we're watching layer.
Those are the big three for us.
Yeah. I mean, Solana's got some
Oh,
good projects on it. I could see that, but I'm bullish. I'm bullish on ETH right now. I just think it's a good time. It's exciting to see.
wait,
It's an opportunity
wait,
if we're right.
wait, Dionna, are you part of the machine now? Are you
I'm
like
part
one
of
of
the
the
money
people
making machine.
they call you
No,
up and say, Dionna, we need you to talk your book now. Can you like totally get on board with the big three? Are you going to
no.
start talking about the big three now?
I'm not talking about Solana yet, but I've always been bullish on Bitcoin. I'm now bullish on Ethereum. Let me do some research on Solana and we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not for or against. I really am not. But if you want to play in those games and hold long and believe that the space is going to increase, you can set those limit longs at the bottom of those ranges. You can find them online and then play the game that way. Or if you're really sophisticated investor, you could actually put puts on when the liquidations are going one way and calls on when the liquidations are going the other way. You could inversely benefit. You just wouldn't want to get caught going the wrong way at the wrong time. But
Yeah.
we're playing a game. I'm telling you, Dionna, this thing is CZ driven. He is the linchpin, the kingpin,
Good.
the holy moly, free holy guy. Like he
Good.
knows more than
And
we know.
I just want to say, if our listeners want to benefit, you should hit that like
Yeah.
and subscribe button right down there. And if you want us to benefit or your friends, share it, comment. We want to hear from you. We appreciate you. And we just want to give you good information as much as we can.
Yes. And these are our own personal opinions based on our own personal tendencies and risk tolerances. Do not read too much into them. We want everybody to succeed and nobody to get wrecked, but
Do your own
it's
research.
very volatile.
It is.
Do your own
And
research.
it's a lot of opportunity if you do it right.
For sure. All right, Dionna, let's sign off on that. We're going to call this the ETH edition. Who's right? Who's wrong? Only time will tell. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time, watch. I don't know how I got you in my